started. So the motion to start the town meeting?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Second?
I'll second it.
All that in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And before we start, is there any additions to the agenda? I have an addition I want to request is about putting a sign up paid for by New Covenant Church in the grassy area by Dueling Creek. It's just an agenda item right now.
Okay.
All right, let's get started. We'll start out with the Pledge of Allegiance. Call to order. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and if we can have a moment of silence, think about those who are shut in, people in service. Now that we can have a moment of silence to think about things that you're excited about, happy things in life, the things that you enjoy in the world. Think about the good things. Okay. Thank you all for everybody for coming out. We're going to, as agenda goes, we are waiting for delegate now, and so we're going to just hold off on that next item for a few minutes, and we'll move on to the approval of July 14th town meeting minutes.
I have a question about the minutes for July. We had a meeting, work session in July, didn't we? And not August.
We did not. We did have a work session in July.
So the minutes, we have to amend the minutes for that, because she has it in here stated that we did not have a work session for July.
We only had one, I don't remember, did we only have one meeting?
A work session, we didn't have it in August.
We didn't, we definitely didn't have one in August.
Right, but for some reason I haven't. I think it was canceled in July because of, we didn't have, some of the items on the agenda. That's just.
We all motion to the first week of July.
Right. Actually, I don't think we had a work session.
We didn't?
Okay. I think we had one meeting.
Well, other than approved.
Okay, so you make a motion to approve the minutes for July 14th?
Yes.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any,
The first.
any conversation? Okay, with none, I'll call for vote. Ward 1? Aye. Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
And Mayor votes aye. The minutes are approved. All right, next item on the agenda is mayor's report. I'll just leave that to when I do the report and work session. So we'll start out with Councilman Ward 1.
Let me go and get my report. Okay. Good evening, all. I'd just like to say thank you for all that came out and bought the mums, and it looks pretty. The yards are really beautiful, and decorations around the town look really beautiful. Also, the leaves are falling off the trees, and don't forget that the trash bags are up here for sale. The leaf bags are up here at the town hall for sale. Do not put them out in the green trash bags. You also can put them in a trash can, just put leaves on it, trash people know. Also, I want to say thank you for checking on your neighbors. And I want to say Ms. Kate said thank you to all that signed her card, and she's doing good, and thank everybody for the prayers and everything. School's in session, so look out for the AM and the PM, the children outside during the morning and the evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Ward 2?
Good evening, everyone. Okay, the Recreation Center continues to have open gym every Monday and Wednesday from 4 to 8, every Tuesdays and Thursdays
Okay, every Tuesday and Thursday, September the 8th to December the 19th, the Recreation Center will reserve the gym for volleyball, basketball from 4 to 8 p.m. with the Washington Math and Technical Charter School. And every Friday, the Recreation Center has co-ed volleyball from 4 to 8 p.m. Every Monday and Wednesday and Thursday, the Recreation Center continues to have Zumba workouts. This fee is based upon programs. The Recreation Center is continuing to making IDs for admission. We have been sorting out waivers for the upcoming addition for IDs. The recreation meeting will be held every first Monday of the month from 7 p.m. And the agenda minutes and the sign-in sheet will be available at every meeting. An attendance exercise and computer sheet will be accomplished by this report, and we're still looking for adults or kids who need community service to join our recreational team. And that's good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilman Burton. Ward 3, Councilman Jackson.
Thank you and happy October. October is one of my favorite months with all the beautiful colors. I want to say exactly the same thing as Councilmember Blue said. We want to thank everyone who came out and supported our third year of our fundraiser for our community garden. Some people donated, some people came out and spent time at Burger King, and we just want to thank you. And yes, the yards look beautiful. I also want to say congratulations to, I'm sorry, not congratulations. I also want to say welcome to the town. I have like 3 residents in my ward, and next week I'll be able to get out your welcome package. I walked past your house and I realized that, you have new neighbors, so next week I'll be able to give you a welcome package out. Also, neighbors, like I said, this month is October, and last year we voted on having trick-or-treating. So we will be having trick-or-treating again this year. So please be mindful that if you do not want to participate, please turn your light off. But we will be having trick-or-treating for our kids in our community. Also upcoming, we'll be having an early Christmas bazaar. This will happen on Sunday, December the 6th, from 1 to 6 p.m. This gives a time for the residents and children to come and buy gifts for their teachers, for their family, their grandparents, and it'll be here on a Sunday evening at the town hall. But if you would like to be a vendor to participate, to sell things that you have to offer, the cost is $25 for residents, $35 for non-residents. Please contact the town hall. You can call and talk to Renee Watts. Her number is 301-277-4920. PGCMA will have their next meeting, which will be Thursday. It'll be in Tacoma Park. It'll be a chapter meeting where we'll be in Montgomery County learning exactly how things they operate. I will be attending that meeting and bringing back information to you all. At our last meeting, we had a representative from FFC First, which is a small minority business financial services. If someone is looking for a small business loan and they went to the bank and they may have been denied, there is another opportunity that this particular organization can help you out. And if you need information, I have it here, and I'll get up on our website and also on our Facebook page. Also, in the month of October, new state laws that took effect in the month of October. I'm not going to go over all the state laws, but these are ones that brought my attention. There was a speed limit, which was SB 004. The bill was increased to maximum speed limit state that can stay for the Maryland Highway from 65 to 70 miles. Also, there is a divorce bill. Bill SB 0472. The new law allows for a couple with mutual consent without a waiver period to get a divorce. So those are some of the highlights. But if you would like to know about the bills, hopefully we'll be start putting up over our website, also on our Facebook page, or you can contact your council member to get more information about it. PGCMA is having their annual legislative dinner, which will be December the 8th. It will be at the Newton White Mansion. I guess at our next work session, maybe, Mayor, we can discuss, maybe we can move our meeting to that Wednesday.
Oh,
So
okay.
you all can attend because it's a very important.
Important meeting, right.
I also, sorry.
Okay, keep us informed.
No, I just want to thank the watchmen, the block captains in my ward that have been calling me and letting me know things that's been going on. I really appreciate it. I ask the neighbors, please be considerate about your neighbors when you're having a party. I love family. I love to party. Anybody knows that because I think that keeps your family together, no matter if it's partying in church or partying among your families. But please be considerate of your neighbors. Also, there's alternatives. You can come and rent the town hall out. That way you don't have to worry about the noise ordinance. You also get a discount for renting the town hall out. Okay? We will be having a pavement. It's installment payment for customers who want to learn about pavement. It will be November 14th. Curry is our green team president. We should give you more, but I just wanted to let you know, the mayor and council, we sponsor 5. So if you are interested in coming to this work session, please contact your mayor and council. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mayor Pro Tem Jackson.
I'm really not.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Councilmember Epps.
I don't have as much as Councilman Jackson tonight, but good afternoon to everyone. We have a cleanup day on October 24th here at Colmar Manor. We're looking for volunteers, young adults, little adults, seniors, come on out, help clean up the town. And we have a Black History program. Black History program is the first Thursday of each month. Our meeting. The Black History program is first Thursday of the month. So we're looking for people to come out, share your ideas, and let's have a good time. Zoom on next week, the 28th, we're doing a pink party, a cure for cancer. So we're also asking everyone to come out and support the cure for cancer on Wednesday, October the 28th. Thank you and have a good evening.
All right, thank you so much, Councilmember Epps. Okay, so I'll give you a report on what we discussed at the last work session, which pretty much encumbers a lot of things that would be in my mayor report. We had a speaker that came in, Mr. Hardy from Extreme Fuel Additives, who talked to us about some fuel additives that actually allow you to reduce the amount of fuel that you use and reduce your fuel usage and save you money, as well as it's good for the environment. So we're going to be doing a test case on one of our cars here and see what kind of progress we make. We're hoping that we're going to get, that we can potentially get a 20% savings, and so we'll test it out for a few weeks and then see if it's something we want to do. But as residents, if you're interested, we can give you information on this as well to see. I'm going to try it out in my car and see how it works, so savings is great. We also met with Maryland National Capital Park and Planning about the summer program here. We were seeking to get funding for our facility, the use of our facility. They did inform us that they do not have that in the budget and that they generally don't pay for facilities. So we're going to be moving forward to talk with Maryland National Park and Planning simply about assisting us because we are a community center, just like community centers across the county, and to see if we can be included in their budget. Would probably be next year if we did move forward, but we are continuing to work on that. We talked about Park and Planning has made a recommendation, someone from Park and Planning made a recommendation to remove the staircase that goes to Newton Street Park from Lawrence Street because of the damage. And in our conversation with them, we have requested that they either replace or repair as opposed to removing. The park goes from Lawrence Street to Newton Street, and if we don't have the stairs on Lawrence Street, you won't be able to access the park unless you go all the way down to Newton Street. So we asked them to please look into replace or repair, but we were not in support of removal. We also, we talked about our American Traffic Solution contract, which is the red light cameras that are on the red light camera that's on Bladensburg Road, and increasing that to 3 years if they are able to change the type of camera we have. We currently have cameras that go under the ground, which are going to be disturbed by the WSSC work and the streetscaping, and we're going to change, we want to change to, what do you call it? Laser. A laser. And so if they're able to do that, we will go from our 1-year contract to a 3-year contract with them, and we all voted on doing that. We talked about security at the basketball courts in Ward 4, and the chief is going to be looking into giving us a little more coverage there and talking to park police to do a little more coverage there to make sure that the basketball courts are being used for their purpose and not for any other purpose. We also agreed to putting an ad in a directory for advertising at MML to bring more attention to our town hall in terms of rentals so that people know that we're here and that we're available to rental, and of course that's to increase our revenues. Police coverage or rentals, we will be expanding the police that we use to other municipalities as well as the county so that we have more coverage. As we rent this town hall more, it's more difficult to schedule our police for coverage for the rentals, which is paid for by the renter. And so the chief will be looking into expanding that in other municipalities that may be interested in actually doing the police coverage for our rentals here. We also took a vote on getting a credit card available to our office manager in Public Works so that they're able to make purchases more timely, and we also talked about getting the process of accepting credit cards from others. People who come to rent or pay their tickets, they're always asking, can we take a credit card? And we haven't been able to. So Mr. Baden will be talking to our bank, which is SunTrust, to see if they can set us up to be able to accept credit cards. We also talked about the fact that most of you may not or may have noticed or not that Pinkus Liquor is now open on Sundays. That was legislation that was passed in the last state session where the liquor store license is contingent on an investment in the facility. They have agreed to invest more than $50,000 in the facility, and they'll be expanding its size so that it's less cramped and more attractive. This money cannot be spent on non-visual items such as an air conditioner or refrigerator. It has to be visual. It has to make the facility look better. And so I had met with the owners and also with Mr. Lusk about it, and they're going to expand the size so that they can spread it out and make it a more attractive facility inside. And that will probably happen next summer. What else? Wow, we had a lot of things on the agenda. Levy 4 access. Okay, I had a very, very lengthy conversation with the project manager who actually expanded the levies. Project manager over it, and he will be getting back. I'll be doing a tour with him hopefully this week, but it might be next week, of the area where the Ward 4 access has been taken away, and we'll be talking about alternatives and talking to the Army Corps engineer. He's going to go back because the Army Corps engineers are the ones that told him that they couldn't put the access back, and there's been a case of certain people who actually have fallen on the rocks, and so we have to have a conversation about safety and also access, and so that's ongoing, but it's one of my things that happened. Okay, also, WSSC basically came and informed us last week before last, that they were going to be starting construction. We've known for a while, as we reported reported to you guys that State Highway was going to be doing a rescaping, and they were delayed because of WSSC. What we did not have was the date WSSC was going to actually come. We did know that State Highway has delayed their plans until the late spring or early summer. But WSSC simply came in as of last week to state that they were going to start their work, which was going to be taking approximately 6 months to complete, and they've started. And you may have noticed the barrels and things on the street that they're working on. We have met with them, and we're working on seeing if they will be willing to do overnight work so that it can be a little less disruptive. And we haven't got an exact response as of this date, although we have heard back from the project manager that they are still looking at alternatives to speed up the activity. So you can expect to see that the roads will be disrupted for a few months going forward at this point. And we apologize. We did not know they were going to start so suddenly, and so we weren't able to report that. And so at this point, they've started moving forward. Update on the Beyond Restaurant. If you haven't heard before, the old Crossroads has been purchased by another owner, and they're actually putting in a restaurant and a performing arts location and a sports bar in that location. And they had a hearing last month, and they were approved to move forward from that hearing. On trash, we've been in contact with Bates, and there's a meeting on Thursday at 6:30 here to meet with them about the issues that we've had with trash. As I mentioned to you before, it's something that we've been staying on top of them about, and really, I have huge concerns about how well they're performing in getting the trash out and so forth. And so there were several phone calls made. We finally have a date to meet and talk about it, and we're supposed to meet with them on a monthly basis. So hopefully going forward, we'll do that. If we can't have a resolution, we'll look for other alternatives for our trash. We also talked about, we have a legislative dinner, which is November the 17th, I believe it is, which is where we'll talk about priorities. And last evening, we had a meeting on our legislative priorities, which mostly focuses on our green district and our eco district and dredging the river and health and wellness activities is what we really want to focus on. Also, just to inform people that there is some legislation that was passed, Senate Bill 868, which is a transportation network service assessment. And this bill is focused on Uber and other taxi-like services similar to Uber, where the state has passed legislation requiring a certain licensing and taxing for that. So if anybody in the community is an Uber driver or of like service, that you should take a look at what that legislation is. And we have it available here at the town hall if you want to take a look at it. And as the town, we are actually being given the ability to piggyback on that legislation if necessary, and we'll be talking about that at the next work session. So if you want to stay informed on what may happen there, that may be important. I do know there's several Uber drivers in town, so keep your eye on that. And then we had a conversation about just personnel performance improvement in the town. So anybody have any additions, anything I missed? Mr. Bailey?
I think you covered it pretty well.
Right a lot. It was a long meeting, to say the least, but we got through it. It was very productive, and I thank the council for all your participation. Okay, so moving on, the next item on our list is the treasurer's report. Mr. Bailey?
Thank you. I'll give a brief overview of the September 2015 report. This includes September and the first 3 months of the fiscal year. During this time frame, we had total revenues in the month of September of $72,198. We did start collecting some of the real property taxes. They totaled $48,219. The October remittance will see a large portion of that figure come in. As you know, half of your real property taxes are due at September 30th, so the collections from September we receive in the middle of October. We collected $5,977 for the first quarter payment for our state aid for police protection. That's a state-funded grant. And we had rental income of $9,104 for the month and a total of $11,703 year-to-date. So we're right on target for that as far as budget. Under expenditures, we had total general government expenditures of $47,583. This encompasses most of the accounts that are budgeted for general government. Total year-to-date expenditures were $183,894 for general government. Maintenance for the municipal building were $9,183 for the month and $25,943 year-to-date. Public Works expenditures for September were $27,199. Waste collection covering 2 months of payments were $13,592. Total year-to-date expenditures were $48,010. For recreation community center activities, we had $2,336 for the month of September and $7,398 year-to-date. And under public safety, total expenditures were $50,909 for the month. Largest costs there were for the red light camera contractor and salaries for the police. Total year-to-date expenditures for public safety are $110,574. Last page, you can see the total expenditures for the month were $137,213. Total year-to-date expenditures were $375. And if you look back at the first page of the report, you can see the revenues were $109,422. So, we usually operate during the summer months, at a excess of expenditures over revenue because we don't receive that large real estate property tax payment until October, which, we use to fund, a lot of the services the town provides. Total cash balance, again, is down, in the month of September. It's one of the lowest months for our cash balance is at $445,644. That should jump up again considerably next month's report when we do get those revenues in for real property tax. Other than that, that's a brief overview of the report. I ask you to accept it as submitted.
All right, is there a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I'll make a motion to state it.
A second?
I'll second it.
All right, discussion? Okay, I got a couple of questions. First one I'll say, there are not 31 days in September.
There are not, you're all right. I got that one. Is that correct?
Okay, so I would ask about, no, not that one. The insurance on the building, so we didn't anticipate that was going to be that much higher than...
No, the property insurance rates increased after budget time. We got the final figures after budget time, so that was not anticipated, and they did increase this year.
Okay, and so in our budget maintenance, we're about 12% over where I would expect us to be. Is there some specifics about why that cost is a little higher than...
Which account?
The first, 5205.
Building maintenance?
I don't remember.
I mean, if we're averaging out, we'd be running around 25%, and this is 37%.
Yep. I can't remember what those larger expenditures were, but I can check on it.
Okay, I just would like to know. I mean, I don't want us to get off trend.
I did make you aware at the last work session, though, about the larger expense related to the pumps.
Wow.
That's not even reflected
That's not
here.
listed yet, right?
Yeah, but that is quite a bit, and, we do have a larger issue with the pumps. Apparently there's a large amount of iron in the water that builds up in the pipes, and when they were actually working on the pipes and replacing some of the sump pump lines, the pumps were restricted down to less than 50% flow because of all of the iron buildup, and the pumps themselves had iron caked on them and was hindering their operation. So, we are looking into fix to that problem, some type of water treatment, which is hard because the water is coming into the well itself, so you can't really, treat that water before it comes in because the whole line is underground and it's all waterproofed under it. So, we're going to try to, get some professionals in to, come up with some type of solutions on that. But, otherwise we'll need to continually maintain those lines and have them snaked out probably a couple times a year just because of the calcium buildup that's happening.
So maybe some additional maintenance that has to happen. Just for anybody who's listening who doesn't understand, we have sump pumps that run the water off of the building because of the size of the roof line. Some of the water actually has to come into the building when it rains and then be pumped out, and that's by design. So we have 4 sump pumps at this point, and Mr. Baton's referring to the fact that we had to buy the 4th one just recently because the others weren't handling everything, and so but now we discovered another problem is that they're not working at 100% efficiency
because of the calcium buildup in the pipes.
So we'll have some additional maintenance that has to be handled in order to keep that going, which, just to express, is an extremely important cost because the cost of not doing it actually lost us the whole basketball floor a few years ago. For over a year. So anyway, that's the point. So additionally, again, auto insurance under Public Works, that's also over. So I guess is that the same circumstance that we just didn't have it beforehand, before when we did budget? All right. Now this is what I don't understand, 5380. I've seen that's payroll taxes on the community center. Something's not right there. I just really want to put the note there because we shouldn't be at 38% taxes where we're only at the regular 24% of the payroll. So we're on target for payroll, but payroll taxes are over. So something really isn't right there. Let me see. And that's actually something that's been showing up for a while.
No, it was showing up under general government before, and the answer to that was the payroll processing fees for the direct deposit through the payroll service it was going into that line item, which was not accounted for before. So this is separate from.
Okay, so that's a separate thing.
Yeah, separate from the general government. So I'll check on that.
Okay. Now, auto insurance under public safety, now that one's really even, we went up 38% from what we anticipated.
That's what that's general liability insurance. So it's general liability.
It's both insurance
and auto are lumped together in there.
That's like a 40% increase in what we anticipated for insurance. Wow. All right. Just to make sure I've noticed it. And then the background exams, training, is that we just did all of it right now?
Excuse me, what line item are you talking about?
It's from 5,500.
Under the background checks, exams and training, $1,715.
I think that might have been a reference to, but I thought I'd asked for more money. That was a reference to the firearms training that we were putting off for register, so we can tell our fire instructors that it's fire. Pay somebody to do that every year for us.
Okay, so he was trained so that he can train others.
He trained us at the police department.
Okay.
He will become a firearms instructor.
So we're not expecting at this point any additional cost under this line item because we've already maxed over 27%. All right, okay. Just so I understand. Thank you so much. Any questions, Councilman?
I didn't hear what he said.
He said that he had Officer Lynch trained to be a trainer to do background checks. So now Lynch can train somebody else who needs to do it.
That's just a one-time.
Yes, firearm training is 3 separate classes, and the cost of it, I think, was about $500 for all 3 classes through the Maryland Training Commission, become a certified range instructor. So that way we would have our own instructor in-house, so that we can build train our officers, and then we have to qualify with our firearms every year, instead of me paying somebody else to
Come in and do it on the
do it every year, yes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, overall, the budget's still in line with, overall budget. Some are up and some down, but overall. Thank you so much. With the discussion, I'll call for a vote. Ward 1? Aye. Ward 2? Aye. Ward 3? Aye. Ward 4? Aye. Okay, mayor votes aye. With the changes that we talked about, payroll and this September 30th. All right. All right. Next line item, police report.
All right, ma'am, Mayor, for the month of September, we had no significant incidents to report of. We had, and just excuse me, in my report, you're missing the actual list of calls for service for the month of September because I was having technical difficulty with their record system, so I had to have a vendor work on it. Unfortunately, I didn't get the report done for the day to have it to you, but I was able to pull the numbers. We had a total of 84 calls of service for the month of September. We had 5 reports that were written for the month of September. We had 1 criminal arrest for CDS possession, and we had 1 vehicle impound for the month of September. And that's all I have, Mayor.
And Chief, also, you said that your officers were going to visit, visiting community households?
Yes.
So can you give us a report on that?
I don't have the numbers. They started that September 1st, and they're supposed to visit at least a couple houses a week. We're going the letter streets first, and then we will move on to the number streets.
Okay.
So I don't have the actual numbers yet. I haven't reviewed them, but I can have it the next time.
Okay, yeah, that would be great for us to keep up on that. And the chief is working on having the officers actually patrolling the towns a lot more, and like I said, keeping an eye on the basketball court, as well as working on registering. As we talked about last month, registering vehicles, we're starting a pilot. We're going to start a pilot in Ward 4 to register vehicles here at the town hall so that we can ensure that people have addressed their vehicles to the Town of Colmar Manor. That will, number one, help us in the fees that we receive from registration, which are supposed to come to Colmar Manor, and they won't come to Colmar Manor if somebody is registered in another area of the state or out of state. And number two, that is to ensure that we don't have out-of-state people maintaining their cars registered. Number three, ensuring that people have the fair right to parking based on whether or not a car is registered for an individual who's driving it or for an individual who's simply parking it and not driving it. Because people who are driving their vehicles should have a right to a parking space. With people with multiple cars, we will discuss later what we will do, but multiple cars to one individual may be hindering other individuals who literally need to park. So we'll be working on that in the next few months, and the chief has been tasked with looking to see if there's any places that have done similar things so that we can determine what our best method forwards are. So thank you so much, Chief. I do want to say to everybody, which I think I was remiss in saying, that I think everybody for Port Towns Day, all the staff, the police, Public Works, amazing job that was done. It was wonderful. It was hot. but it was a really nice day and it was well done. We want to give special appreciation to Chief Walker, Chief Walker from Edmiston, who facilitated the committee in moving the project forward, and of course to Judy Myers, who's always put significant effort, and Diana Griffin from Bladensburg. They put their backbone into this wholeheartedly, and we really, really appreciate it. It was wonderful, and we thank everybody who came out and had a good time. So thank you all very much for that. Okay, anything else, Chief?
So that's all I have.
All right, so,
I have a question,
Yes.
Chief.
Well, let me, I want to put motion out first, and then we can go to discussion. So is it a motion to accept the police report?
I'll make that motion stated.
Okay, is it a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, discussion?
Yes, Chief, there was, county riding around in town yesterday. Was this an incident, or they just decided?
I've just been riding around, because you know with the holiday season come up, they do come up to extra patrol.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't made aware of anything.
Yeah.
Town.
Okay.
Do you know what time of the day that was?
It was around 5:30.
5:30.
Yesterday evening.
Yeah, we did have an officer working, Officer Pease was working that evening.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, don't know.
Okay. And also, I see in here you have a missing person. Did you mention anything about the missing person, one missing person?
Oh, that was I think that was during, we did have one missing person. That was the one that was, it was in the same day. She was reported missing here, and her mother reported here in Colmar Manor. She actually in Bladensburg and recovered her. She returned home there the same day.
Okay.
I think that, I'm trying to think today, I might have put an email, I can't remember.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. Thank you. Yesterday evening at 5:30 was a fight. It was a teenager with a fight. In our town? Our county police, we had a lot of county. In our town? Yes.
Say that again?
Yesterday evening, it was around 5:30, there was teenagers fighting. I think that's where the county, I know the
fight?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And we had a lot of, the county was there.
Where at?
They were North Road.
Councilman, what do you think it may be time to get off the bus, maybe?
For any fights or like that.
I don't know, I know this,
About what time was that?
it's like about 5:36.
All right.
I know
Councilmember Jackson, what did you
cars
say?
also-
I was asking her, could that be the time that the high school is maybe getting off the bus?
It's an
I
after
was
school
not
bus,
sure.
for activities. I don't know if it's that, I don't know. I know the kids told me it was flight,
Well, it brings up a good
Because
point.
I know that they would ride real slow up and down the street. Right. And that's when I was outside and I asked what happened, someone said, it was a fight.
Oh, well, that brings up the point, Chief, we talked about this before, whether or not you were getting reports from the county on calls that they have in town. Are you at this point? Because I know it was
Only if it's a significant incident. Unless you guys tell me, then usually I can call the supervisor dispatching and know if there's any calls generated during that time, or see if anything else is wrong. But no, not usually. They would only call me significant, like homicide, something like that.
I mean, is there a way that they can provide us a report, just like you provide us a report? Can the county provide us reports that say, I'm sure they keep reports too, so that we can see, just knowing what our officers have done in town is not complete.
Yeah.
Because if the county or even park police do, have come in, that means that we're not informing the resident of incidents that happen in town. So is there something that you can...
I would have to check with them to see what that process would be, pulling reports. The county is going to a new RMS system here soon, in which the system that we currently use from our reports will become obsolete for us, because since we are dispatched by the county, this is something that's been in the making for the last couple of years. We would actually be going onto her system, so new reports that would come out probably be a little bit different looking than these, but they would actually count all the county reports, anything that calls handled by the county when we're not here as well.
Okay.
So the new system will be available for all municipalities that are dispatched by Prince George's County. So we log on to it, and when I do my monthly reports, I would actually probably get the true numbers of calls and different things. So that's something, I've been here in Prince George's County 11 years, so we've never had that access before. That is, but it is coming now. So that way we will look at reports. Even instead of me having to call somebody, I would go log into the system and say, if you call me and said something happened at 5:30, I can go in and look to see what the county handle. I don't have an officer working or something. So that is forthcoming.
soon, how soon do you think that's gonna happen?
Well, they said by November, December, but I think they pushed that back. They're trying to get all the stuff together. Of course, as you know, there's 18 agencies in Prince George's County that are dispatched by the county. So they were trying to get all that information, the MOU stuff signed and all that to do that.
Okay.
But eventually, I'll say by winter, by January, February, hopefully we'll be on that new system. So the report that I have now will probably be changing a little bit. So, but we'll have a more accurate count of all calls of what
coming in.
What I do now, there are crime alerts I do put out on a monthly basis. If you ever notice on my crime alerts, if we didn't handle a call, if I know about it, it will say at the bottom, Prince George's County took the report or whatever. So
Right.
I do find out certain things, you know.
Okay.
Well, we had a lot of the county in town also last Thursday, 11 o'clock in the morning, Chief. And I went out to see what was going on. It was a 8-year-old went to the bathroom at Roger Heights Elementary.
Okay.
And he decided he didn't want to stay in school, and he walked all the way to Colmar Manor from Roger Heights, and the school reported him missing. And the county was in looking for him, and he was there in the backyard and on the porch.
Okay.
And so,
The original report came from the school then.
yeah, come from the school, and so I stayed there with them until, the mother came.
All right, well, we look forward to having that. And Chief, also, we had talked about doing the store checks with the clipboard, so that, everybody can see these checks are happening. What's the status on that?
I haven't relayed with one of the knock and talks in my number one priority.
Okay.
I need to still put that together and redo the sheets that we used to have that was from probably 5 years ago, so.
Okay.
I'll try to implement that by the holiday, at least Thanksgiving.
Okay, great.
Because that's going to be, we're going to need a present because, as anybody knows, during the holiday season, things do increase.
Holidays are the times you want to see it the most.
That's why Thanksgiving.
All right, okay, thank you so much, Chief, appreciate it. Anybody have any other questions?
Chief, will we be having, coffee with the chief anytime soon? I know the last couple months it was like,
Yeah, the last one,
It's
the
not a
last
great
one I had
turnout.
anybody show up at all. I think when I did the last one in July, something I have to schedule one, so I'll probably do one before the holidays.
yeah, for the holidays,
Yeah, another one,
the
yeah.
crime increases, and maybe we can get the new residents to come up and
Yeah.
have coffee.
And we do have a few new residents in town.
Yeah.
Probably almost a dozen, just in the last 2 months, I believe.
Yeah.
So it would be a good time to get them engaged too.
Yeah, I will try to get a date scheduled when I think the next newsletter will come out. I'll try to get a date together, so something before holiday or something like that. So.
Great. Anybody else? Okay, Ward 1, we're accepting the police report.
Oh, aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. Okay, police report is accepted. So unfinished business, well, one of the items was the parking, but there's no specific things to vote on at this point. We're still working on that. No new business. And so we're moving on to committee reports. First committee report. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, we have a presentation. Oh, which?
You wanted to, you had to sign the new covenant church, I think.
Oh, that's right, okay, yes, I forgot, new business, okay, yes, new business. New Covenant Church has requested if we could put a sign up that they would pay for that would direct people to the church, which is here. So down by the Dueling Creek, a sign saying there's a church back here. And so is there a motion on the table? Our Public Works would put the sign in, but they would actually purchase the sign. The church would actually purchase the sign.
Sure, I'll make that motion and state it.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes, so the sign is gonna go exactly where it says, "Welcome to Colmar Manor." Are you talking about, is it going on our town property, or is it going on, where the rain garden is? So,
I would actually leave it, the rain garden property belongs to Harvey Management, so I would say we would, not property management, but I would say on the Dooling Creek side, where the benches,
With the benches?
yeah, which we have authority. We have more authority over that. And just something on both sides with an arrow that says the church is up here. Any other questions? Okay, Ward 1? Aye. Ward 2? Aye. Ward 3? Aye. Ward 4? Aye. Okay, Mayor votes aye. Okay, so I will inform them. Once they give us the sign, we'll put it up. All right, so now we're going to go back now that we have our delegate. Peniel is here. And we know that we had the wonderful Wanda Gorham here already. But we figured we hold out for the delegate to get here. And we have a presentation. You want to come on up to the mic and tell us what you want to do?
First of all, good evening, Mayor and Council. It's always wonderful to be back home. I just came from another meeting. That's why I was running late in reference to safety issues. So this proclamation actually is for one of our town residents, which is who is Ed Muchler. Much deserved in reference from the fire department. Now, I was supposed to have given him this proclamation back in August. As you know, that I lost my dad back in August, and a lot of things had happened. But I wanted to make sure that I came to give this proclamation to the man who was my mentor, because you know what, he's that special to me. So, Mr. Marshall, if you can come up. And first, I want to say thank you to my chief of staff, Wanda Baum, who made sure that, that Mr. Marshall was here, and also to the staff. And Dan, it's good to see you too. Okay. Mr. Marshall, first of all, let me give you a hug. Okay. Here, open this. The Maryland General Assembly official citation, be hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to Edward M. Muchler in recognition of his 45 years of dedicated service and commitment to the Colmar Manor, Carter City Volunteer Fire Company and Brentwood Volunteer Fire Department, known as Company 55. Presented on the 25th day of September 2015. This is when the proclamation was done by Delegate Peniel. And I want to say thank you so much, Ed, for the service that you do in the community of the fire department. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you for being patient. And thank you, Mayor and Council, for allowing me to take time to do it here. And it's only fitting to do it here in Colmar Manor, where he lives and where he serves.
Thank you.
Okay? Okay, take a picture. Open it up. Open it up.
Thank you so much. I know, right? So, Mr. Muchler, with all your service and so forth, you're on as the committee report for the seniors.
Try not to make the walkers far.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the council.
Good evening.
Staff. Thank you very much, Delegate Peniel. I was awarded many citations on August the 1st at the tributes that they had, and I don't know what to say. I put a lot of time in the fire department. My wife says I would move over there because I'm never home. So anyhow, that's that. The seniors are still meeting the first and third Wednesday of each month. The last couple of meetings, it's been kind of low, the seniors coming out. Our next meeting is the 21st, and we're going out to the Golden Corral for lunch.
All right. Okay. Sounds good.
Which we try to go out twice a year in the spring and in the fall. So we'll be going out then. So other than that, that's about all.
Okay. So is there going to be a Thanksgiving or Christmas lunch?
What's that?
Thanksgiving or holiday season luncheon? Has it been
What the town
scheduled?
puts on, and she just informed me that she has the invitations.
Okay.
And she wants to make sure that she gets them to the seniors and gets the answers back. So I've got to meet with her and see what she wants to do.
So is there a date, has a date been set yet?
No, I don't know. I haven't heard.
The ninth
Send them out, I don't have
December.
We don't have it, what?
the dates out there already.
Yeah, she put the dates out. I don't have my...
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I presume that they'll be on the website, but I just want to make sure that the seniors get informed. I know some people listen to the town meeting.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Much, and thank you for everything that you do. So much. All right. Next, committee reports on the Garden Club and the Green Team. That would be Carrie Briggs Adams.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. We're special. We hold a sale of mums, and it pours rain, even if it hasn't rained for 2 months. We're pretty amazing at this point, but we've gotten pretty good at moving these plants, even when it's pouring rain. So we had more than we expected that day, because folks just didn't come out because it was pouring rain, but we managed to sell almost all of them, and there are a few of them that are still up here at the town hall. Folks may have noticed that Jason sent out an email that his from a year ago are flowering, as are mine. So you can still buy that plant that looks a little sad and put it in the ground, and you'll have plants that have flowers next year, because they do keep coming back. So we were pretty successful at selling our flowers and getting beautiful color out into the community, as has already been mentioned by members of the council. Our community garden wrap-up is going to be on the 7th of November. We're going to have the youth from the End Time Harvest Ministries in the morning. They're going to help us, finish putting down the garden for the winter, although it's hard to believe it's about to be winter on us. But we got to get that done as it starts, getting into frost time. And then we'll have a potluck that's going to be hosted for us by the Kaiser Health Partnership. They'll bring the entrees and the drinks, and we're bringing the vegetables and the dessert. Awesome. And so we'll talk about what folks learned and get ourselves sort of ready and situated for next year. Our rain garden, which for a while there seemed like my lost cause, after we succeeded in getting the plans and getting it restructured so that now it's holding water, folks noticed when it poured rain so hard and we had 3 inches of rain in a day, it managed to hold that water. It didn't spill. It actually soaked down into the ground, which is what it's for. We've gotten a grant from the Chesapeake Bay Trust with the help of the Anacostia Watershed Society, and we're going to have a planting day this Saturday to get these plants and trees in the ground. Again, we want to get them in there and get them some time so that they get started before we hit hard winter and we get hard frosts. So we got beautiful plants. Leslie Mitchell from the Garden Club and I spent about 4 hours out at the Benke's yesterday getting native plants, getting the best plants of what was available, finding every discount we could. We got the $25 off for each tree as a rebate from the state of Maryland. We got some 25% off, 30% off, so we did everything we could to get the price down. So we'll have some beautiful plants and some beautiful color. We've got pinks and purples and whites, and dogwoods will be going in as full-size trees, and some azaleas that are all native plants. So this Saturday, if anybody's got a little extra knee power or shoulder power, come on out and join us in the rain garden right by the IHOP. And I'm happy to say that Rufus Lusk and the Harvard companies are treating us to lunch afterwards at the IHOP. So we can clean ourselves up and have a nice warm lunch afterwards, because I know it's going to be a little crisp.
What time are you starting?
We're going to start at 8:30 in the morning. And they're going to help by loosening the soil for us in advance. So bring your shovel, bring your gloves, and let's plant this back up. And I think for those of us who were there a couple of years ago when we were taking vines out of a jungle that wasn't much of an organized thing, this is a real treat to see it finally back around to being a rain garden that holds water, is natives, and is holding on to these, the water that we need. So that's this Saturday morning at 8:30. I'm hoping we'll be done in time for that lunch. Green Team, we will be meeting this Thursday from 6:30 to 8 o'clock here in the town hall. We're normally, I know we're on top of your trash, but we'll stay out of the way, okay? Just with the holiday week this week, it sort of ran a lot of meetings all together, one to the other. So I'll send a reminder to everybody on the Green Team.
We got PGCMA though, and I got trash.
Right, and we know.
Already?
I thought it was Wednesday.
It is normally the Wednesday, but with the holiday yesterday, it sort of threw all of the schedule of everything. I'm only in town for 5 days this week. And then I was in Denver on the weekend, I was in Los Angeles last week, and next week I'm in San Diego and Connecticut. So I have to try and be everywhere. So we're going to wiggle that into Thursday. And our permeable pavement workshop. This is hugely important because there's $2 million that was funded through the Chesapeake Bay Trust in state funds for tearing out driveways and putting in new permeable driveways that'll hold the water, but there's been a shortage of trained contractors. So we're doing a training for contractors here at our town hall. You can't really be more convenient than having it right here in town, in our town hall, on Saturday the 14th of November from 9 to 4. And we're working on lining up customers so that when these people are trained on that Saturday, there will be customers saying, okay, now that you're trained, I want you to come tear out my driveway. And remember, you can get $4 a square foot from this grant to tear out your current driveway and $6 per square foot to help fund the new stuff going in. So you will still have to pay some money, but it's not going to be as much money as if you just tore out your current driveway and put in a new one of the same type that takes that water and runs it off. We want it to stay here, go into our water table, and be beautiful water. Trust me, I was in Los Angeles last week, and when you look at yards that haven't been watered in 6 months or a year, it gets pretty horrible. We want to hold that water right where we are. So, if you know contractors, if you know folks in your wards, you've got the flyers, if you'll be talking about it, and the fact that it's $20 for the training, and we got it down to 1 day. That training has previously been offered where you had to go for 6 weeks every evening. We got it all into 1 day right here, $20, includes lunch, and we'll have customers lining up to actually want people to come do the work for them.
Great.
Connie was kind enough, she said I can be first in line. Have my driveway done. Okay, so that's a really big deal. It's on the 14th of November. We hope folks will come out, and our contractors here in town. There's lots of work to be had in PG County, and PG County residents and PG County contractors get first crack at that work if they're certified, and that's what they get from coming to this class.
Okay, and so they actually get a certificate?
They get proof that they've taken the training, so they will be able to go to the county and start signing up for that work.
And that's 9 to 4?
9 to 4.
Okay.
$20 and includes lunch.
Includes lunch. Awesome.
Any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. I do just want to say that I want to reiterate just how excited I am about this training. I think it's a big deal, and I think people should think of it as a very big deal. It's a new profession. It's green skill, new green jobs. It's turning that corner, and I want to say that you might not know, but the council, we agreed to do 5 scholarships.
Fabulous.
So 5 people we'll be looking for in town that will pay for them to come.
Fabulous. So folks understand that this is work that's available, there's this funding that's available, we want to be sure that this money gets used, because I would hate for somebody from the state to say, hey, well, we gave all that money to PG County and they're not using it, maybe we ought to take it back. Don't want to see that happen.
Now, the question I have, I don't know if you might be able to answer, but when someone is having their driveway concrete removed, and then having the pavers, do they have to get a permit for that?
You do have to get a permit, but you don't have to be, if you're in Colmar Manor, your driveway is already grandfathered. It doesn't have to match the newer dimensions. It doesn't have to be moved. It's still in your same footprint. And it looks like there's only one place in Largo where you have to go to get this done.
Okay.
I am working on getting mine done so I can be able to tell people for sure exactly how it works.
Okay, because I really want to get mine done. I want it
Can
gone.
they expand it, have it longer?
So,
Or you have to tear the whole thing out to do that?
They will only be subsidizing what you're tearing out. But yes, you can put in more permeable space. You just wouldn't be getting the funds for that, for tearing out what wasn't there.
So the same amount taken out and put in?
You can put in more, it just wouldn't be subsidized. Okay, but you can do it with what look like sort of bricks that have space around them. Or there's one that I step on periodically in some places. It's almost squishy. It looks like asphalt, but it's softer. That's also another method of permeable pavement. And they're going to work on all of that in this course.
All right. Now, some of the driveways, I know they have like the water lines.
The spouts and things like that, they're going to cover all of that in the class.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll get this out to our other port towns, and we'll also get it out to Mount Rainier, and also Brentwood.
Yeah, and I also want to say that Kim Knox has been doing a really great
She's
job.
done a wonderful job lining up the teachers, making sure this is going to be offered in Spanish and English, so if we have Spanish-speaking contractors, they'll be able to take the training in Spanish. Yeah, we're really excited to make this happen.
Awesome.
I've learned a lot about permeable pavement. I'm ready for mine.
Well, I mean, and everybody should be aware that we have one of the largest permeable paver contractors in the state, Ernest Mayer Block, right here in Bladensburg. So,
And they're cooperating by providing some of their teachers for free.
they are, that's right. You know, our business is their business, so it all works together, team. All right, well, thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate it so much. Thank you. All right, well, that brings us down to any citizen comments? All right, any citizen comment?
Delicate. Yeah.
Yeah, Delegate Fennell, she does happen to be a citizen of this town, doesn't she?
I just want to give the mayor and council opportunity to say thank you for the wonderful flowers that were sent down in reference to Councilmember Elson and myself, Dad. We appreciate you, we love you, and just want to say thank you, and to the citizens too, you know, and the well-wishers and everything, and the ones that got a chance to know him while he was up here, visiting. So thank you, and as a citizen, good job. And Carrie, good stuff. Really good stuff. No, we don't want to take it back. So I just want to say good stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And your mom, she hung out with us for the whole work session last week.
Yes, she's actually going to be coming back up here. She's going to be having a little procedure, but she's going to be coming back, so she'll be up here, located up here for a couple months. So, you'll get, she's going to be spending more time with us and with you all too. Okay? Thank you. If you see her, look out for Carrie. I think you dropped by the house. I think Carrie, I think you had an opportunity to drop by to say hello to her. So that's good. And I thank y'all, everybody who's been looking out for her. As you know, she's at Doe's house, Councilmember Elf's house. So thank y'all so much, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much, very much. All right, well, before we adjourn, I want to ask anybody got any good news?
Yes, I have good news. My job is celebrating my 30-year. I'm going to get recognized on November 2nd for my 30 years on my job.
Oh, my gosh.
That is excellent, since you're only 25.
All right, that's amazing. That's right. Oh, yes.
I just want to say happy birthday to Terrell. 11. It was my surprise. I'm enjoying every bit of it.
That's excellent, excellent. Anybody else? You got some good news?
I just have something about the luncheons, if you need to know the dates.
Oh,
The
okay.
email that Judy sent out
December the
last
9th.
week, December 9th, or sorry, October 9th. The Seniors Club Thanksgiving luncheon is going to be Wednesday, November the 18th, from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And the Christmas luncheon is on Wednesday, December 9th, from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay, great, thank you, Chief, for that. Yeah, and I just want to say, without being very specific, that over the last month, I have had some really good news that gives me some stability in my life, which I'm very excited about. And it's been a long time coming, and I'm very excited. And things are just moving forward. I mean, just stay positive and enjoy life. It's just going to come back and help you out. Care for people, and try to take care of people whenever you can. And I appreciate everybody that does that. It means so much. And with that said...
One more thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Just want to say this month, October, is breast cancer awareness. I wear my pink. We are happy that we have an employee that beat breast cancer, so we're thankful that she's with us.
Yes.
And everyone, please remember to get their mammogram.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Come up with Zuma for the cure.
Oh, yeah.
On, what's it, October 28th.
October 28th. All right, awesome. And then we do have, and just to reiterate, we have the holiday, not Thanksgiving, Halloween party on the 30th, October 30th, and then go trick-or-treat on the 31st in town. And also think about some healthy snacks. I was surprised. Last year, I put out fruit, and all my fruit was gone. So people do take it, appreciate it. All right, and is there a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, we are adjourned. So much.
I want to ask you, hold on.